In today's episode, my supervisor MC to save money. You want those fries? Sure, no problem. The company appreciates your long and devoted service. Have a frying pan. So let's get started. My supervisor MC to save money. A little backstory: the hotel where I work is at the seaside, so sand is everywhere. People bring it on their feet despite showers available at the beach. Our staff cleans the corridors every day, and to deal with the sand in the rooms it was decided to buy a washbowl for every room. People filled them with water and put their feet there before going in their rooms. This way our cleaning ladies were relieved from constant nagging of guests to clean the room from sand like every hour. Also, many who were too greedy to pay for the usage of washing machines could wash their clothes themselves. Anyway, it proved to be a good decision in previous seasons. One summer we faced with the problem that the amount of washbowls was not enough to put them in every room. Some were broken, some were stolen by guests and later staff in off-season probably. Nevertheless, it was about time to buy a few new washbowls, and I informed my supervisor about it. At first it was okay, but when the hotel started to fill up, first complaints about washbowls appeared. Most of the guests were understanding. I am not in charge of acquisitions, and as soon as I get anything I give it to guests / put in rooms, etc. But one particular guest, let's call her Alice, was pretty straightforward. When I told her that I have no washbowls, and am waiting for them too, she somehow managed to get in touch with the hotel owner the same day and told him everything in person. Here I need to make a little remark. There is a strict and a bit stupid hierarchy in our hotel. There is a hotel owner who does nothing except receiving some fixed amount of profits. He never listens to common workers' pleas, always directs us to our supervisors. There are 5 CEOs, each responsible for their own parts of hotel, kitchen, security, reception and cleaning staff, garden territory, technicians and repairs. Then goes supervisors and finally me, aka one of common workers. So if for instance I need something to be bought, I ask my supervisor, she puts it in a letter of request and gets it to her respective CEO, and then they, upper ones, decide whether to give money for that or not. This goes for literally everything that needs to be bought, even toilet paper. As far as I know, the amount of profit the owner gets is fixed somehow, so for CEOs it is not only a question of how to do the job properly and earn more for the hotel, but also how to spend less in any aspect. This way CEOs will get more profits for themselves. This stupidity still haunts me in nightmares, even though I've been working in different hotel for a few years already. My supervisor was trying to cut expenses in everything, since she received bonuses for doing that, or even stole saved money IDK. One day she decided to hide our water cooler in basement to cut expenses on water. No free water for guests, more profits for hotel. Sometimes it took weeks to buy light bulbs, which were in a store like a minute away, because there were no approval to buy light bulbs, and we were waiting for it. Nobody cared that half of corridors were black at night for weeks. As far as I know, nobody cares about anything there still. So back to washbowls. Alice told owner about the problem. Now we got instant approval, since it was not us who asked something from CEOs, but the owner himself. He ordered to buy much more washbowls than needed, and the money needed to buy them were given to my supervisor. Now comes the malicious part. She thought that in this matter a good old money-saving approach was necessary, so she decided to save half amount of given money, and still managed to follow the letter of request, and buy 30 items. Half of the money were given to the guy that had to buy them washbowls. A couple of minutes later he calls her asking what to do. There were not enough money to buy all 30 washbowls specified in the list. He could buy roughly 15 or all 30, but much smaller ones. Now there were 30 washbowls specified in the list, and that is the list everyone saw. Then anyone can notice that 15 does not equal 30 eventually, and something is wrong here. So she told the guy to buy 30 smaller ones just to be on the same term with the list. So the guy buys bowls so small they are more fit to put a portion of salad than to clean feet from sand. He brings all 30 of them to me, replying to my questions with a poker face and telling me that's what he was told to do. The same poker face I show to Alice when I give her a salad bowl instead of a proper wash bowl. I tell her if she managed to find the hotel owner, maybe she can tell him about the circus that is going on here. She probably did. Nothing changed. P.S. My supervisor is in close relations with one of the CEOs, so nothing gets her fired. P.S. I've seen the similar situation happening with other things like towels and blankets too. You want those fries? Sure, no problem. I worked at a very popular burger fast food restaurant about 12 years ago as a young teenager. One of those restaurants known for being very fast and calculated with thin delicious fries. It was in slowish evening, one where there doesn't seem to be a lot of client, but things are still moving non-stop at a good pace, and there isn't any time to mess around. This is kind of a key element because it does appear like the restaurant is not busy for a client, but still the food is coming out fast, especially since the drive-thru was busy. Come in a couple in their mid or late 20s with an air of superiority you often see from clients ordering at cheap fast food. They come to me and I take their order. Classic order of 2 trios. But then, before I can make them pay, the man points to my right and proclaims I want those fries. I look to my right and see 2 done batches hanging above the frying oil. There are 2 things wrong with his request. First, there is a lot of orders going around and fries are always served last because you want to serve them the freshest. These would be old by the time his burger is ready. Second, these fries should never hang above the oil, and I don't quite remember why, but I know they wouldn't be as good that way. So I look back at him and try to tell him that he would get fresher fries than these, but I can't say a word about the subject. He doesn't let me talk and insists he wants those and none others. He wants fresh fries. Well, cue malicious compliance, I guess? I don't insist, and before making them pay, I go to the fries station, pick up the hanging fries, drop them in the pan thing, add salt, toss them around, pick up the paper fries holder, make 2 servings, put them in the far back of the rack where they stand upright and stay hot. I then turned around to my coworkers and say loudly the fries at the back are for my order. This was the usual procedure for no salt fries, and so I knew none of my coworkers would serve them accidentally. They were also perfectly positioned for my clients to watch them. I then go back to making them pay, making their drinks, taking another order while waiting for their burgers. As you can expect now, by the time their burger comes up and the sandwich drop, 1 or 2 more batches of fries had been fried and served while their 2 servings were safely waiting at the back, getting old for fast food fries. I pick up their burgers, put them next to their drinks and happily pick up those fries, and put them right next to the burger. Of course, he said nothing. She didn't even look my way. He didn't look up to my face, but I could see he was red and pissed off. But he knew there was nothing he could say. Even my coworker asked me later why I had served them those fries, and she couldn't help but laugh with me once they were gone when I told her the whole story. The company appreciates your long and devoted service. Have a frying pan. Inspired by a recent post by someone cashing in their unused canteen allowance on leaving by bulk ordering wine and chocolate gift packs. I worked in the London office of a large, respected, and well-known international, but US-based organization who liked to profess/believe/pretend they were a caring, sharing, benign and PC employer who truly cared about members of the corporate family and only had our best interests at heart while they shafted us. The usual. Years of pay freezes for us proles, job vacancies unfilled doubling our workload, essential equipment left obsolete, etc., while the bosses gave themselves increasingly huge bonuses, fancy titles and perks. They were particularly proud of their corporate employee service recognition awards scheme, which had its own dedicated catalog, and latterly website, where on achieving so many years of serfdom, a choice from a new cornucopia of appreciative gifts would be lavished upon you, with due ceremony along with a poorly mimeographed certificate of service. I failed to keep a hard copy, which I regret, but certain items we could select remain seared in my memory. 15 years service, for example, could be rewarded with a ring containing a 0.01 carat black diamond. aka coal. Another option at 25 years could be an orange cast iron skillet. You get the picture. Another was something only available to our US colleagues for whom there was no mandatory retirement. 60 years service could earn you the ultimate, a cheap Chinese-made 16-speed racing bicycle. Given that at an absolute minimum you'd have to be 76 to get this, the black joke was that you were encouraged to ride it in heavy traffic in order to rid the company of their pension obligations. Which brings me to our little collective attempt at malicious compliance. It took the company several years to cotton on, but when a home gymnasium setup strangely became available as a 25-year service award, it immediately became the go-to choice of all my worldwide colleagues. Why? Not for any desire for fitness, but because all these things had to be sourced and shipped from the States. Shipping for a crappy, but hugely bulky and heavy weight frame, dumbbells, and all the weights to Sydney, Delhi, Ulaanbaatar, or wherever probably cost the company at the very least 20 times the value of the item, not to mention the customs duties and import fees. I think this went on for about 5 years before the bean counters clocked it. Myself, I missed out, and had to settle for the orange frying pan to remind me how much they valued my 25 years of servitude. It's mounted on the wall for my grandchildren to revere. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.